Hello, I'm Sebastian Andrew. Today I'm going to talk about a number of things. First of all, next Monday, a very interesting astronomical event is going to take place. It's called the Parade of Planets, where 6 planets will align in a straight line, a visible straight line to us, and they'll be able to be seen just before sunrise on the 3rd. Now, I'll bring this up again throughout the week to remind you, and anyone else who may not have seen this video, but might see others. The 6 planets are Mercury, Jupiter, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. And while some of them will be visible with the naked eye, you would probably have a better bet of seeing them with a good pair of binoculars or a decent telescope, or even an indecent telescope. But something to help you see. So that would be interesting. And even though I do usually wake up before sunrise, I'm not sure I'm going to haul my ass outside just to see. But I might. I might have a decent pair of binoculars and a reasonably decent ability to see the eastern horizon. Most of the buildings between me and it are not that tall. I think the tallest one close to me is the Goodyear building, and that's only like 4 stories. So, I might take a look. There's that. Also, I wanted to comment on that I have been feeling some of you connecting the dots. The increase in energy that I am feeling, the increase in the flow of energy, is a very interesting feeling to an energy worker. For me, it's not draining because I have so many sources to draw from here around me. And so I've just been monitoring basically the feeling, the flow, I should say, of energy moving through the places that I've connected to. And I'm reasonably certain that I've connected to quite a few more than most of you. It takes a bit. It takes, and once you start finding dots, I mean, it's not that hard. All you have to do is imagine, really. I mean, you can imagine anything as a dot to connect to. I've said this before. You've got all of nature. You've got all of humanity. You can even draw from the technology around you. I mean, how many phones are there in a figure a square mile? How many phones are there? Every person has a phone. Now, me, I have 2. I have one that I use primarily here at home that stays connected to my Wi-Fi. That's my game phone. And I have my main phone, which I take out with me when I go out. And but both are here within reach. And I have my big computer, Shade, and I have my laptops. That's well, there's 2 shades. Big Shade is Shaded because it's Shade Desktop, and the laptop is Shadell. So, because it's Shade Laptop, I mean, it's really quite simple. But okay, so there's that energy source. Then there's my 20 terabyte external hard drive, which is Alexandria, named after the Library of Alexandria. So there's energy I can draw from that. There's energy from the monitor. There's energy from my pain in the ass refrigerator. Energy from my air conditioner. There's within a house, there are so many places you can draw from. Even if you just draw from the electricity that you're not using, draw from the plugs, draw from the lights, draw from the. It's energy. You can make use of it. And you can send through it. You can send your intent out through the wires, out to the larger wires, out to the huge wires that travel across the country. Or you can send your intent out through the cell lines, the microwave lines. Never thought of that, did you? Excuse me. You can, think about it. If say you're doing a spell, okay? You have your phone right nearby. Put your hand on it. Put your hand on your phone. Even if it's turned upside down or set on Do Not Disturb, it doesn't matter. Put your hand on your phone. Do your spell. And the intent goes, and you intend your intent to go out through the phone, through the cell towers, and to be broadcast wherever, everywhere. Tech magic isn't hard. It just requires a little imagination, a little more imagination. And or you could, there's the lighthouse version. I think I brought this up once before, in which you create a field around you. It could be a ball, could be a dome, half circle, whatever. But you create this field around you. You fill it with your intent. You fill it with the energy. And you can even connect energy into it so that the field will grow in strength as it goes out. Because as it goes out, how much does it cross? How many dots would a field, an ever-expanding field, cross? And, you don't even have to do it. You don't have to see it in your mind. All you have to do is say it. I connect this field to all forms of energy that it crosses as it goes. And it pulls that energy in and gets stronger. And it spreads out. So, like I said, as a ball, but you're the lighthouse. You're the physical edifice from which this intent flows. And you have this ball of energy, even an aura, you can call it an aura, around you. One you've created for this spell or for this intent. You fill it fully, you fill this ball full of the intent and of your own energy, connected to the energy that will flow through, flow over, flow by, bye-bye, and let it go. And see what happens. Imagine what happens. And if you're in the same book I'm in, after you've let it go, sorry, there's a hair. After you let it go, you forget, which is one of the intents of spells. Some people teach that forgetting what you do or stop thinking about what you do about the spell makes it easier for the spell to go because you're not gnawing on it. You're not overthinking it. That's another of my problems is I tend to overthink. So you sent this ball of energy out. It's gaining strength as it goes. It hits whatever it's aimed at affecting. And does it keep going? Or does it stay there? Does it wrap around your target? Which that could work too, because even if it wraps around your target, then wherever your target goes, if your target is a person, wherever your target goes, it can draw energy from around them and get stronger. And I know I've mentioned this, and it can take their emotions, say their emotions toward you. Okay. Now, if you're trying to change someone's mind and they are rather antagonistic towards you, then you can put into your intent that it draws that antagonism into the field and transforms it into the opposite, into enjoyment of you. And then feeds that into your target. Have you ever thought of that? Imagine the different things that you can do with your spells, with your intent. And whatever you imagine, try. Okay, so you send out one ball of intent, one way, with one thought, one imagination. Okay. And then later in the day, later in the week, whatever, you think of something else, something that maybe might also work. So send that out. And later on, you think of something else and send that out. Okay. Because spells, unless you are an adept at sending out spells and energies, and you just do it once and say, okay, that's it, I'm done. Repetition is usually a decent thing. Repetition in spells, repetition in hypnosis, repetition in teaching. Why do you think we have things beaten into our heads year after year after year? Because they know that repetition works. So repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Keep trying. Keep imagining, keep doing, keep connecting. There is so much you can do with the energy that you work with. There's so much that can be done. And it doesn't have to be a person that you wrap a spell around. Oops, that didn't sound good. You can also wrap it around an area, a country, a city, the world. And if you start working on the world, I'll get into that probably in another video, maybe in Wednesday's video. I'll start talking about ley lines. And I'll help you explore the Earth's energies, ways you can work with those. That's powerful energy to work with. It's fun. Might blow a couple of circuits, but it's fun. And it's interesting. And you learn along the way. So I hope I can talk to you again, that you come back again to learn more. And we'll see you soon.